friends. Today's what's for dinner is a twice baked potato soup. This is one of our family's favorite soup, y'all, and I love making this soup. It's so easy to make. You don't have to have a whole lot of ingredients. So I have 2 packs of smoked bacon, scallions, potatoes. I also have a mild cheddar and heavy whipping cream. That is all that I need besides salt and pepper to make it. So I'm going to share with you how I make it. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't really cook, so this is something that I want to be inspirational and share yummy, easy recipes to get you in the kitchen and get you start cooking because it's really fun. I love cooking. My channel is based on cooking and cleaning, so I'm going to be sharing lots of yummy recipes with you. So I'm going to go ahead and open up both packs of bacon and I'm putting it on my pan, lining it with some foil, and then I'm just going to separate the bacon just a little bit and stick it in the oven. And then after it's in the oven for a little while, I'll go ahead and pull it out and separate it. It's just so easy to separate that way. And I'm all about easy when it comes to the kitchen, y'all. Anything that I can do to make it easier on myself, I do. And this is one of the things. So as you can see, I'm not going to take it apart piece by piece, just a little bit, and then I will separate it some more. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick this in the oven, crank my oven up until 400 degrees and let this bake. I want this bacon to be nice and crispy. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and work on the potatoes. I have some potatoes. I'm going to go ahead and peel them. Now, I'm not measuring anything. That is one thing you will learn here on my channel. I don't measure. I'm not a huge baker, and I think that's because a lot of things you have to measure, and I just don't like doing that for some reason. So, I'm just going to peel some potatoes. Now, I'm going to eyeball this and cook enough according to my family's needs. So if you do copy this recipe, just know you need to make this according to your family's needs and judge how many potatoes you will need. So I'm going to go ahead and peel my potatoes and go ahead and get them chopped up and ready to put in my pot to cook. Now I'm going to go ahead and slice the potatoes. I'm slicing them in really good chunky pieces. I don't want them too thin. I want them to be a little on the thicker side because once it cooks all the way through, I don't want it to like fall apart and just like kind of melt away inside the soup. So I want to actually have some potato chunks in my soup. So that's why I like to cut them on the thicker side, because even though they are going to be cut on the thicker side, they're still not going to be not a lot of it's going to be in big pieces by the time it's done cooking. So that's just what I have learned, and that's just what I do. But you can cut your potatoes in any way you like. So I'm going to go ahead and cut them all up really quick and then give them a really good rinse, and then we're going to get started on cooking them. So I went ahead and put them in my pot now. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of my heavy whipping cream. I love using heavy whipping cream. If I don't have this on hand, I'll go ahead and use milk, but for the most part, I like to use the heavy whipping cream. And I'm just adding a little bit in there, and then I'm going to fill up the rest with water, and just going to go ahead and turn that on and just let it cook. And right before it gets done, I'll go ahead and add in the rest of the whipping cream. I just don't want it to get thick right off the bat until the potatoes are cooked all the way. So that's why I'm doing it this way. So I'm going to go ahead and just turn it on and let it cook. And I am going to be stirring it a lot. Just know if you do make this like really thick with the milk, or if you have a lot of heavy whipping cream in there, you're going to have to check it because you can burn milk and it will be really nasty. So now we are moving on to the scallions. Now this is a big part of this soup. It just makes the flavor, I feel. And I am going to just chop up these green onions, put them in a Ziploc bag, stick them in the fridge until I need them. This is just going to be for the garnish at the end when we make our soup bowls. So I'm going to go ahead and chop these up real quick and get them put into the fridge. So keeping my eye on the potatoes, I am constantly stirring it, make sure it doesn't stick to the bottom. Now I'm just going to go ahead and break up the bacon. So as you can see, it's a lot easier to just go ahead and break up this way. And it just saves me a lot of time as well, trying to break up the bacon piece by piece. Like I said, I like little hacks here and there, and this is just one of my hacks that works for me. But if you want to break them up, pull them apart piece by piece, you can do that. This is just how I do it. And I'm going to go ahead and stick this back into the oven. I'll get it out a couple times and just like switch them around, flip them upside down. I want this bacon to be really, really crispy. And I like putting it in the oven because it's a lot easier, and I don't have to worry about bacon grease popping everywhere, and it's just a lot easier for me. So now that the bacon's done, I'm going to go ahead and put it on a plate with paper towel so it can absorb all of that extra oil. I'm getting a little bit, and I'm just going to chop it up really quick. That is going to actually go into the soup. So I put like a handful in the soup. That way you can have a nice bacon flavor. And I do add a little bit of the bacon grease in there too. You don't have to do that. I do because I love that extra bacon flavor. So now that the potatoes are just about done, I'm going to go ahead and season my soup. I'm adding a good amount of salt and some black pepper to it. That is all the seasonings that I'm adding. I'm going to go ahead and pour in the rest of the heavy whipping cream and just go ahead and let it cook. The potatoes are pretty much done. I just put the bacon in there. I'm just going to let it cook for about 10-15 minutes more. Just let it do its thing. Let it thicken up a little bit. And y'all, we will be ready to eat. So this is what it is looking like right now. 10 or 15 more minutes. It should be all it needs for it to be done. So now I'm going to go ahead and put in a handful of shredded cheese. Now this is going to help it thicken as well. And y'all, it just makes it so good. So look how thick the soup got, and as it cools, it's gonna get thicker. This is so good, y'all. If you've never tried the soup, definitely give it a try. If you've never tried it my way, definitely give this a try and see if you like it. Now it's time to go ahead and make a bowl. So I already have my soup in the bowl. I'm going to go ahead and top that with cheese, a good amount of bacon because we love lots of bacon on ours. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a nice handful of scallions on top. And that is it, y'all. It is so delicious. Just make sure you add the right amount of salt and pepper on there taste it before you put it in their bowl. If you need more salt and pepper, definitely add it. But yeah, y'all, this is it. And it was absolutely delicious. So if you make it, let me know how you like it. The next thing in What's for Dinner is actually not a dinner, but it is a dessert. And I decided to go ahead and include it because I had it filmed already and I needed to go ahead and use it. So I decided to add it in here as well. So I am making a pineapple upside down cake for the first time. So this is a easy recipe that I'm following. And to let you know again, I do not measure, so just if you want to follow a recipe that has accurate measurements, I'm sure you could find one. Just Google, TikTok may have a lot as well. But I am just putting some butter in a bowl, adding some brown sugar. I'm going to go ahead and pop this right into the microwave and get it all melted. And then I'm going to go ahead and pour this straight into my baking dish. Now, if you have a bundt pan, you can go ahead and put it in that instead, but I decided to just go ahead and put it into my baking dish. This will work just fine for me. So now into the syrup that I kind of made, I'm going to go ahead and add in my pineapple rings. So I'm going to go ahead and fill the bottom with all of the pineapple, and then I'm going to go ahead and add cherries in every little hole that I can. So since I have been on YouTube, y'all, I have only had like 2 of these What's for Dinners posted. But I feel like I want to start doing them again. Comment below and let me know if you enjoy these. I know there's a lot of y'all that like my cooking and there's a lot of y'all that like to see the cleaning. And since I'm just focusing on like the grocery hauls, meal plans, the cooking and the cleaning, I wanted to kind of separate things. So just have cleaning videos and then I'll have like separate What's for Dinners that I can share my meals on. And I think that would be a lot easier. But comment below and let me know if you like these types of videos. But after I put in all of the cherries, this is what it looks like. So it's all sitting in there in the bed of the syrup that I made with the honey and the brown sugar. Now I'm going to go ahead and start making the cake mix. So this is a yellow cake mix. This is actually a gluten-free brand. You can use whichever brand that you like. I have to eat gluten-free, and since I would like to enjoy some of this as well, I decided to go ahead and get a gluten-free cake to make this. So again, I'm just going to follow the instructions on the box and add the ingredients that I need. Again, I do not measure. The only thing that I've measured pretty much that's going to be measured is the eggs. So after you mix it all up, you want to go ahead and pour it right over the pineapple and cherries, cover the top. And I noticed that a few cherries just floated to the top. That is fine. So I'm going to go ahead and place this in the oven at 350 and let it bake until it is done. So this is what the cake looks like after it has came out the oven. I'm going to go ahead and let it sit for about 30 minutes before I cut into it. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut a piece. Now this first piece that I got out, y'all, I kind of just broke it in half, getting it out of the pan. But then the next piece that I cut for my son came out beautiful. And that is the one that I'll go ahead and show you. And it just looks so, so good. Comment below and let me know what is your favorite cake. So this is what it looks like. I think it came out so good. It was so delicious. But yeah, comment below. Let me know if you enjoyed this type of video, what other meals you would like to see me cook as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all on the next one. All right.